So hey anime fans. The series name is What If Naruto Got Harem with My Little Ponytail. So let's start the series. The Hidden Leaf Village, sometimes called Hide Ninja Village Gakure, is a tranquil community. It was constructed by the village's first headmaster, who is also the god of shinobi. The town was constructed by the first headmaster to safeguard children and bring harmony to the shinobi world. Before a huge orange nine-tailed fox started destroying the village one night, it was a calm place. This fox is none other than Nine Beast, as we are all aware. The fact that Nine Beast has a Sharingan form eye rather than a fox-like eye indicates that a Uchiha is controlling him. The village was not merced by the Nine Beasts. He slaughtered innocent people and demolished many structures. Naturally, the Leaf Ninjas are making every effort to expel the Nine Beasts from the village. They hurled several shurikens and weapons. They even showcased their most powerful spirit art. One Leaf Ninja exclaimed, "It's no use!" before he passed out. Because they are exhausted, all of the Leaf Shinobi are panting. With a yell, another Leaf Shinobi said, "We can't just give up!" Everything is blown away by Nine Beasts' sudden, powerful roar. Standing atop one of the monument's head statues is a guy with yellow or blonde hair, a Hide Ninja Village Gakure headband on his forehead, and a headmaster robe. The robe has the words, "The Fourth Headmaster," printed on the back. His blue jumpsuit and jounin vest are within the robe. We all know who this individual is, of course. He is referred to as the Yellow Flash of the Hidden Leaf or Namake's fourth headmaster. Because he employs Hiroshin no spirit art, Flying Raijin, he is the quickest shinobi of all time. The second headmaster was responsible for creating the Flying Raijin. The man standing atop the statue with the fourth head is noticed by Nine Beasts. Nine Beasts glared angrily. "Did you notice me?" said the fourth headmaster. A tailed beast bomb is prepared by Nine Beasts and directed towards the fourth headmaster. Then, at the fourth headmaster, Nine Beasts detonates the tailed beast bomb. "I won't let you destroy this one," said the fourth headmaster. The fourth headmaster's perspective. A big ball is hurtling straight at me. I glared at him and then reached inside my back pocket. I select my special weapon and hold it before me. I place my weapon and hands in that position. My weapon starts to glow a pale shade of green. A few meters from the head statue, the ball abruptly stops. My space-time barrier appears to have worked. They're sucking the ball in. After the ball was gone, there was a powerful explosion behind the headmaster monument. Oh no! That kind of power. With this much power, I have to carefully choose where I redirect this dash, I thought to myself. I feel a presence behind me all of a sudden. I ball my fist, then spin around and cut my weapon. The fact that there was actually someone behind me and that my attack penetrated him startled me. This person is wearing a mask and a hooded cloak. The individual chuckles. His voice is deep, and I can tell he's a man. In order to stop me from attacking him once more, the man in the mask holds my shoulders. The man declared, "I am your opponent, and you're done for it." For some reason, I'm getting drawn in. I shut my eyes and then focus. I teleported to a certain spot after a few seconds. He got away. So fast. A far location from Hidden Leaf Village. My special weapon is on the ground, and I'm kneeling in front of it. I can't get the masked man off my mind. Who is he? What plans does he have? I can't get those words out of my head. The man in the mask suddenly materialized. I winced at this. I thought, he also uses teleportation spirit art. I clench my hand and narrow my eyes. That's how he swiftly grabbed Nerdamon. After picking up my special weapon from the floor, I slowly get to my feet. More than that, he liberated and tamed the Nine Tails, snuck in and out of the village's barrier without setting off any alerts, defeated the ninja black ops that Lord Third had assigned, and performed the Nine Tails seal to weaken the seal during childbirth. To the best of my knowledge, only one shinobi is capable of doing that. I asked the masked man. Are you Madara Uchiha? But he didn't answer. His mask is shown when he removes his hood. The right side of the mask seems to have a circular hole in it. No. It's impossible. Madara is dead. Chains hang down from the jacket sleeves. The man in the mask remarked. I wonder about that. I said to the man. It doesn't matter who you are. But why are you attacking the leaf? I'm starting to grow annoyed with him. What would you like to hear? The man in the mask said. I could say I did it on a whim, but I planned it. All that is for peace. I gave him a fierce look. How is the peace? In any case, he is not your typical person. If I don't settle this now, we'll have bigger problems than the 9 tails, the fourth headmaster reflected. He can control the 9 tails, and his transportation technique surpasses both Lord's second and mine. He'll accompany me to the battlefield if I teleport to the village. He cannot hold the 9 tails under the summoning spirit art for very long if he is like Madara. Lord Third must be trusted with the village, and I must bring this man here immediately. To begin their match, the masked guy and the fourth headmaster rush for one another. On the village, meantime, a man brandishing a big bow staff exclaimed, Let's go! This individual is referred to as the third headmaster. He was selected by first and second to succeed second as headmaster. According to the Ninja Black Ops troop, Right Headmaster Sama was shouted before everyone dispersed. Their goal is straightforward but challenging. Drag 9 beasts out of the village is their goal. The settlement had been severely damaged by 9 beasts, and repairs would likely take weeks or even months. The third headmaster touches down on a building's roof. He will then wait for the signal. In the meantime, Lord Third's assigned Ninja Black Ops forces are waiting for the ideal moment to attack before alerting the third headmaster. They all use explosive paper to throw weapons. The explosive paper detonates as soon as the weapon approaches the 9 beast. Naturally, all of the explosive papers will detonate and produce a lot of smoke if one explodes close to the others. The huge explosion was witnessed by the third headmaster. Before taking a deep breath, he seals his hands. His entire body starts to swell. Then he exhales a huge ball of fire. Katon Carrier Endin, Fire Style, Dragon Flame Bomb. The enormous ball of fire headed at 9 beast. A huge explosion occurred abruptly once the fireball entered the smoke. 9 beast was forced to fly directly outside of the Hidden Leaf Village as a result. The third headmaster exclaimed, Objective completed! Now it's time for the second step, before making his way to 9 beast's location. Returning to the fourth headmaster and the masked man's perspective. There is no hope for any of you now that I have freed the 9 tails, I said, the yellow flash. Since I have the 9 tails to murder and demolish the village, I am quite certain that I will win. My main goal is to destroy the village. I can't accomplish my goal because this jerk is interfering. I materialized to avoid the attack when the yellow flash launched one. I solidified once more when the weapon and fourth headmaster went through my entire body. He transported himself away, but I managed to catch him with my shackles. He's a jerk. He and his velocity. What is he doing? He's simply seated there. It's possible that he is planning. I'm prepared for everything he has planned. Minato suddenly took action. He grabs the weapon in front of him, gets to his feet, turns around, and charges at me. I sprint in his direction. The weapon is thrown by the fourth headmaster. My head is the target of the weapon. In order to avoid his onslaught, I materialize. The fourth headmaster formed a Rasengan when the weapon passed through his head. I tried to take the fourth headmaster's hand after I had solidified myself. I declared, I win. The fourth headmaster abruptly vanished as I closed my fingers to take his arm. I became interested. I then experienced an abrupt flare-up of back discomfort. Haration no and I Dan, Flying Thunder God's second step. Oh no! So it was always his plan? An unexpected assault? I should have shown the fourth headmaster more respect. Raisingan's assault was so powerful that it caused a huge crack and caused the ground to shake and quiver. In addition, it produced a lot of smoke. I fall on the ground after leaping out of the smoke. Before I start to pant, I grab my left arm. I feel my left hand start to come apart from my arm. You got me. I never should have let my guard down, I replied. As the smoke cleared, I noticed the fourth headmaster getting to his feet. Damn it! My chakra was heavily depleted by the surprise attack. A hand touched my chest, interrupting my thoughts. I need to get out of here and dash dot. It was the hand of the fourth headmaster. Flying Raijin spirit art. Of course, he must have marked my body somewhere. On my chest, an 8-trigram seal materialized out of nowhere. I see. So you are planning to separate me from the Nine Tails, huh? The fourth headmaster declared. With this, the Nine Tails is no longer yours. My ability to control the Nine Tails is eroding. My intentions to destroy the leaf. Foiled. I suppose there's nothing else I can do. From my jacket's right sleeve, a weapon falls. I firmly grasp the weapon. I cut the fourth headmaster with my weapon, but he manages to leap away. Just as anticipated. I never thought my plans would end like this, I said. The fourth headmaster responded. Give it up! Your plans are foiled. My menacing laughter infuriated the fourth headmaster. Is it? You only separated the Nine Tails from my control. But that doesn't mean that the Nine Tails won't stop destroying the village, I replied. The fourth headmaster casts a defeated glance at the ground. An ideal opportunity to get away. I began to twist myself away. The fourth headmaster's perspective. Indeed, the masked man is correct. Oh no! I'm such an idiot. The masked man is employing his teleportation spirit art when I look up, and he says, Until next time. Fourth headmaster. After a few minutes of standing there thinking, that tone in his voice. He is not kidding. I realized that the village needed my assistance. Damn it! I began performing hand seals. Don't worry! Help is on the way, I thought before teleporting to the town. Outside the village, from the perspective of the third headmaster. Remain persistent! We are doing everything we can to take the Nine Tails far away from the village. I can't let Lord First Headmaster's village be in vain, I said, causing all Leaf Ninjas and Ninja Black Ops to fight the Nine Tails. Until the fourth headmaster arrives, attack with all your strength. Even though I'm exhausted, I'm not going to allow the Nine Tails to destroy the village. The Nine Tails screamed, sending all of the Leaf Ninjas and Ninja Black Ops flying away in midair. My eyes widened as they started to construct one of those black ball thingies that burst. Is it going to produce one of those items once more? The fourth headmaster was on top of the enormous frog that suddenly materialized above the Nine Tails and landed on the Nine Tails' neck, preventing the Nine Tails from attacking. I said this in a startling manner. The headmaster's fourth, I said. I'm glad that fourth headmaster made it just in time. What a relief. Everyone! As far away as you can! Now I'm going to do this myself. Fourth headmaster shouted. Is he insane? He's going to handle the Nine Tails all by himself? Fourth headmaster dash. Lord Third, please leave as far away as you can with the others. Believe me, fourth headmaster shouted. I sighed. I guess I have no choice. Everyone, go back and leave this to the fourth headmaster. I made sure it was loud enough for everyone to hear me yell. Headmaster Lord Third, I'm sorry to say this, but Are you crazy? One ninja Black Ops said. No. In reality, we are not withdrawing. As far as we can, we're leaving to observe the fourth headmaster deal with the 9 tails. I told the ninja. We'll come help him if he needs it. The ninja said. I see. Everyone. Come on, let's go, we all. Retreats. With the exception of the gigantic frog and the fourth headmaster, I yelled. The fourth headmaster's perspective. The giant frog said, Lord Fourth. I just nodded, then leaped away from him. I began performing hand seals while in midair, landing on the head of the 9 tails. I closed my eyes and began to focus, and when I opened them a few minutes later, I noticed that my body was beginning to glow yellow. Chef, I told Chief Gamabunta, please jump as far away from the 9 tails as you can. The frog nodded, and I closed my eyes once again because my chakra was rapidly running low. I thought, Nerdamam, take care of Naruto for me. The 9 tails, and I teleported off. Gamabunta's perspective. My mind is racing with questions like, why would fourth headmaster risk his life like that? And, why would he perform that spirit art? As I sighed and gazed at the full moon after witnessing him teleport away with the 9 tails. Fourth headmaster, I pray for your safety and sincerely hope you land in a safe dimension. The perspective of a Nerda mother. I'm waiting for my beloved fourth headmaster to return, and I'm lying on the bed with Naruto by my side. Oh, I hope he's okay. Then I noticed something strange, a yellow hue on the ceiling. I turn my head to the right and notice that the fourth headmaster's weapon is shining in a yellowish hue, and I raise an eyebrow. I sighed and got out of bed, carrying Naruto, who was asleep, carefully, and walking toward the weapon, which was glowing brightly. I grabbed the weapon, which was illuminating the entire home, and when the brightness subsided, all I could see was darkness. In another dimension. The elements of harmony and the princess of friendship reside in Ponyville, a town full of amiable ponies. Inside a big tree castle, we can see a lavender alicorn with a purple dragon. Of course, we all know that this lavender, violet, purple, or whatever color you prefer is none other than Twilight Sparkle, the princess of friendship and the bearer of the element of magic. In any case, Twilight is doing some princess duties while her assistant, Spike the adorable purple dragon, is helping her. Being a princess is a very serious job, which includes making laws, making sure the public is safe, and attending meetings that will exhaust your mind. Ayan. Completed. With all of the papars neatly arranged next to her, Twilight remarked. Thanks, Celestia, it's finally done. That should be it. Spike said happily. This made Twilight chuckle. Suddenly, a light bulb appeared above Twilight's head. Hey Spike? Do you want to go somewhere? You understand. Somewhere where we may unwind and relieve our stress? Twilight uttered. Well, they both began to daydream about their leisurely trip to the spa, where they were so relaxed that they had already forgotten their paperwork. But the daydream came to an end when someone kept hammering on the door. Well, we could go to the spa if you want to, Spike said. The spa is the only place where you can relax and enjoy. With a "I'll get it" statement, Spike leaves the room and heads downstairs, where he approaches the big doors and opens them. Fluttershy? What are you doing in this place? Above all, why does your face seem like that? Spike inquired. Fluttershy, a yellow Pegasus with a pink and long mane, is in front of Spike. She has blue eyes and 3 butterflies on her flank. Spike! Where is Twilight, please? She is essential to me. Act quickly, Fluttershy uttered. Wow. Shy, calm down there. I'll go grab Twilight, you see. Before entering the castle, Fluttershy nods and says, In the meantime, why don't you come inside and take a sit? Spike shuts the door and walks upstairs to fetch Twilight, while Fluttershy finds the closest sofa and sits down to wait for Spike to bring Twilight down. Fluttershy is in the lower level. You are what she is seeking, Spike said to Twilight. The Lavinator got curious. Why is Fluttershy looking for her? Is something wrong or urgent? Twilight sighed. She can feel her brain is going to explode. All right, Twilight said. Let's go to Fluttershy. She and Spike left the room and went downstairs, where they both noticed Fluttershy seated on the sofa. Twilight cried out, Fluttershy! And when Fluttershy turned around, she saw Spike and Twilight. Twilight! Thank heavens! I need your assistance, Fluttershy inquired. What are you in need of? Fluttershy sighed before saying, I discovered a peculiar-looking creature at the Everfree Forest. In response to Twilight's question, it's similar to a monkey without hair. I'm not entirely sure if it's a monkey. I came here to find out whether you were familiar with this species. A monkey with no hair, placing a hoof on her chin, Twilight remarked. Fluttershy, is this hairless monkey safe? Fluttershy merely shrugged when Twilight asked. Spike crossed his arms and stated, well, that hairless monkey whateversoever can be harmful in my opinion. What makes you think so? Twilight asked, looking at her assistant. Well, duh! The Everfree Forest is where it originated. That forest is deadly, you know. Twilight remarked. You have a point. But then again, whether or not that monkey is hazardous is unknown to us. The only way to resolve this is to visit this creature and determine whether it poses a threat. Twilight, that seems like a fantastic idea. But what if we are attacked by the creature? Fluttershy inquired. Why, you know? Prioritizing safety? I'll then prevent it from harming us by using my magic. Let's go now, Twilight said. Where is the thing, Fluttershy? I have it on my cabin. Twilight instantly whisked Fluttershy, Spike, and himself to Fluttershy's cottage after Fluttershy said, I ask Angel Bunny to take care of it while I go to you. Inside the cottage of Fluttershy. Whoa! Spike, who is looking at Fourth Headmaster, who is dozing on Fluttershy's sofa, declared, It is a hairless monkey. Twilight was examining the hairless monkey, saying, It doesn't look like a monkey to me. It's not even got a tail, Twilight uttered. All right. So what is it? Looking at Twilight, Spike remarked. I don't know. Gee guys? It is. As Fluttershy remarked. It's waking up. Twilight and Spike turned to face the hairless monkey, whose eyes twitched before slowly opening after a few moments. The Fourth Headmaster's perspective. I began to open my eyes, but everything was blurry. I waited for my vision to clear up, and after a few seconds it did. I can see a ceiling, which indicates that I'm in a house. I turn my head to the left, and see 2 horses and a lizard of some kind. Wait, why do those horses have horns and wings? My body seems to require more rest. It's awake. We know Spike. Weird. Is this some sort of Gen spirit art? I tried to stand up, but my body refused. That violet horse also talks. Man, I fear I'm losing my mind. Twilight, what do we do? The yellow horse can talk too, huh? Just as I thought. I think I'm in a dimension filled with talking animals. The violet horse approached me before speaking. Hello there. I am Twilight Sparkle. This is Spike, too. According to my top assistant, the lizard-like creature is actually a dragon. The violet horse responded. And Fluttershy. What's why your name? The violet horse asked. I look at the ceiling before speaking. Mina too. Whoa! It speaks. I close my eyes and go back to sleep since I can feel my eyes growing heavy. The author's perspective. Whatever became of it? Fluttershy asked. She is getting worried about the creature. Fluttershy is not the pony who wants to see a creature die in front of her. Her heart can't take death of another pony/creature. Twilight puts her left ear on Fourth Headmaster's chest. She can hear Fourth Headmaster's steady heartbeat. I can hear its heartbeat. I suppose it simply fainted or something. All right. Now what? I guess we just have to wait again to wake up, Spike said, as Twilight buried her hoof in her chin and started to reflect. Hi, Twilight. We could go collect the others. That's T. It's not a bad idea, Fluttershy. She is often bashful among other ponies, which is why her name contains the term shy. If you want to. Fluttershy stammered shyly. However, who is going to look after me, this creature? Fluttershy remarked. I can ask Angel Bunny to take care of it. Angel Bunny? Would you kindly handle that while Twilight, Spike, and I collect the others? Fluttershy's companion, Angel Bunny, merely nods. Thank you, Angel Bunny. Before giving the bunny a cheek kiss that caused it to flush, Fluttershy exclaimed, You're the best. All right, Twilight, where should I go first? After saying, Well, I suppose we could go to Rarity's first, Twilight teleported herself and Spike to Rarity's location. Twilight, Spike, and Fluttershy are now inside Rarity's home, which is the Carousel Boutique, as we all know. In addition to being Rarity's home, this building serves as their workshop. As they say, the clothing at the Carousel Boutique is chic, unique, and magnificent. Uncommon? Are you inside? Twilight yelled, and they awaited a reply. Yes, darling, a voice said. I'm upstairs. Twilight, Spike, and Fluttershy then went upstairs and entered her room. Hi, Rarity, happily, Twilight exclaimed. YHELLP, darlings. Why have you come here, curious? Rarity asked. Twilight murmured. I'll explain later. We still need to get the others. Rarity, sitting on her bed, cocked an eyebrow and started to question why Twilight was acting so aloof, but she dismissed it and got up to go to her lavender friend. My dear Belle, you are now in command. Please don't do something foolish while I'm away, Rarity shouted. A response came coming across the room. Okay, sis. Be careful, and I promise not to do anything foolish. Assure me. All right. Before zapping Rarity, Fluttershy, Spike, and herself to their next location, the Sugarcube Corner, Twilight announced. Let's go to our next destination. The Sugarcube Corner inside. Twilight and the others have now entered the Sugarcube Corner, which is known to be stocked with sweets such as cakes, muffins, candies, chocolates, and anything else that raises your blood sugar and makes you agitated. A high-pitched, agitated voice interrupted Twilight, saying, Time to find Pinky Dash, looking for me? A voice said. Twilight along with the others turns around to see Pinkie Pie. Pinkie! How did you? Pinkie Pie interrupted Twilight once more, saying, Pinkie senses? Among all maras I vow. It's true that Pinkie Pie is a crazy mare, the craziest mare of all maras. Spike replied, You must be the craziest, Pinkie Pie. Which just made Pinkie Pie laugh. Now that Pinkie Pie is here. Before zapping Rarity, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Spike, and herself to their next location, the Sweet Apple Acres, Twilight announced. Let's move on to our next destination. On the grounds of Sweet Apple Acres. Now, Twilight and the others are in Sweet Apple Acres, which is known for having the best apples, the best tasting apple pie. Hey everyone, wow, what a strong mare she is! What are you all doing here in Sweet Apple Acres? A voice yelled. Twilight and the others turned to find their buddy Applejack with a wagon full of apples. Applejack inquired. Twilight remarked, You must accompany us, Applejack. Applejack unbuckles the wagon's belt before approaching her buddies, asking, What's the rush, Twilight? Applejack inquired. Twilight will explain later, Fluttershy said. We just needed Rainbow Dash before we can all go to my cottage. My name was called by someone, a voice said. Every pony looks up to see their friend Rainbow Dash. Great! Rainbow, just in time, Spike exclaimed joyfully when Rainbow Dash touched down next to Applejack. Excellent! Now once we're finished. Before teleporting every pony to Fluttershy's cottage, Twilight stated, we can go there. The fourth headmaster's perspective on Fluttershy's cottage. When I open my eyes, I see the ceiling. My slumber was restful and helped me replenish my energy and chakra. I get up from the couch and stretch, and then I glance around the room and find that the dragon and 2 horses have vanished, so I assume they went elsewhere. A violet flash flashed over the room, and I used my left arm to hide my eyes from the light. When the light had gone, I placed my arms just below my chin, and my eyes widened as I saw the dragon and the 2 horses again, but this time they were accompanied. Whoa! Who is that guy? The orange horse said. So those horse can talk too, huh? I put my arms back to my side. The violet horse takes 5 steps front before turning around. Every pony. I'll tell you why, Spike, Fluttershy, and I have you all here. This is the very reason we brought you here. The others were staring at me when the violet horse remarked. Creature. We don't know if this creature is good or bad, so we called you here in case it's dangerous because we can easily outnumber it. Okay, here goes nothing, the violet horse muttered, turning around once again before retreating 5 steps and inhaling. Hi there. Do you remember me? Remember how we met earlier? The violet horse. See, would you kindly reintroduce yourself? That's T. The yellow horse hesitantly murmured. If you want to. All right, I said, causing the dragon and the other 6 horses to wince. Yes, I do remember you. Your name is Twilight Sparkle, if I'm not mistaken, I said. I have no problem reintroducing myself, I responded. Well, my name is Namikaze's 4th headmaster, but if you like, you can call me 4th headmaster. For some reason, neither the dragon nor the 6 horses moved. Did the animal simply talked? The white horse inquired. Yes. And I have a thorough understanding of every one of you, I gently remarked. Don't worry, I'm harmless. I saw that the orange horse had calmed down, and the violet horse turned to face it. Applejack. Is this being telling the truth? The orange horse said. He's saying the truth, Twilight. When the violet horse asked. The others became quiet after hearing the orange horse's words. Now that I've introduced myself to everyone. To be fair, how about you introduce yourselves to me? I told them. Why, you're right. You already know me, of course. Twilight Sparkle's my name. The violet horse, now known as Twilight, declared herself a princess of friendship. She is actually a pale, light grayish mulberry horse with a pair of wings and moderate sapphire blue hair with brilliant rose and violet streaks. Her eyes are also moderately violet, and she has 6 stars on her flank, a large violet star surrounded by 6 smaller white stars. The mulberry horse said. This is Fluttershy, pointing to the yellow horse, which was actually a pale, light grayish gold with wings. She had 3 butterflies on her flank, long, pale, light grayish rose hair, and moderately cyan eyes. Rarity. The mulberry horse indicated the horned light gray horse, which has 3 diamonds on her flank, a swirling moderate indigo coat, a gradient of dark mulberry to moderate mulberry hair on the shadowed side, and moderate blue eyes. Applejack. The mulberry horse indicated the light dazzling gamboge horse, who has 3 apples on her side and pale, light grayish olive hair and moderate sap green eyes. The mulberry horse called Rainbow Dash, and gestured toward the light cerulean horse with wings, a cloud with a rainbow-colored lightning bolt, spiky rainbow-colored hair, and moderately cerise eyes. Mulberry Horse, Pinkie Pie, gestured toward the pale grayish raspberry horse with curled dazzling raspberry hair, light cerulean eyes, and 3 balloons on her flank. Finally, but just as importantly, Spike, with light spring buddish gray underbelly scaled dragon, light mulberry, moderate harlequin spikes, light lime green ears, and moderate pistachio eyes, my number 1 assistant, the mulberry horse, Ponte to the. Hey! May I ask you some questions? I guess her name is Pinkie Pie, she remarked. Sure, go ahead. I smiled. What are you? Pinkie inquired. That's a great question, Pinkie. What do you call me? I groaned before I spoke. A human is like a hairless and a tailless monkey. They were all staring at me blankly, as if they had no idea what a person was. Aha! Now it's my turn to ask you a question, they all said. This is for everyone except Spike. Who are you? I added. I am aware that none of you are typical horses. We're not equines. We're ponies. Ponies are divided into 4 groups. Pegasus is the first, followed by a unicorn, a regular pony, and an alicorn. I believe her name is Twilight. Said, unicorns and Pegasuses are mythical animals, and I never imagined they would exist. I understand, but I have another query. What is an alicorn? I questioned Twilight. All right. An alicorn possesses both a unicorn horn and a pair of Pegasus wings. Twilight clarified. Alicorns are regarded as princess ponies. Since an alicorn is royalty, Twilight must be a princess. Say I. The 4th headmaster, Mimi 4th. May I ask you one more thing? I only nodded in response to Pinkie's statement. Do you enjoy parties? Do you enjoy eating sweets? Do you? What? What? Pinkie spoke in a frantic tone. Well, I said, yeah, I enjoy parties, but I don't eat a lot of sweets. Pinkie bounced before asking me again. Can we become friends? Because every pony in Ponyville has me as a friend. Can we? Would you please? Said Pinkie. Yeah. Yes, I said. Pinkie Pie jumps high before hugging me tightly. My face begins to turn blue. Cece can't. Take a breath, I said. Pinkie lets me breathe by releasing the tight embrace. Huff. Huff, huff. SS sorry, murmured Pinkie. Dude. For dash. Pony, I mean. She's pretty powerful. When I turn around, I see the cerulean Pegasus. Say, what is this garble? Before I spoke, I let out a sigh. The 4th headmaster is written on the back. Those are not garbles. Rainbow Dash. Oha? That's her name, I believe. Said. I turn around and notice Twilight and the others are coming. What is a ho-ho headmaster? I ask myself. I suppose I gained their confidence. A headmaster is named to a human when she is ready to protect her village even if it cost her life. I stated. In other words, a headmaster is what you call the hero of your hometown. Oh, they all exclaimed. Wait a minute. If you're a headmaster, then that means that you're a hero? Replied Spike. I merely nodded. The Gamboge pony asked. How? Can you tell us how you become a hero? Well, I became a hero of my hometown because of my speed. Back in my hometown, they used to call me the Yellow Flash. Because of my incredible speed, I said. Rainbow questioned. No way. Are you saying that you're fast? I merely nodded. Let's see who's the fastest. Let's race. Applejack abruptly placed her right hoof on Rainbow's mouth for unknown reasons. Sorry about Rainbow's attitude. She gets pretty boastful when you talk about her speed, stated Applejack. I said, that's okay. Applejack's hoof is slapped away by Rainbow Dash. My! What marvelous mane you have, fourth headmaster! I tell Rarity as I turn to look at my hair from the right. I said, thanks. You must come to my boutique sometimes. With that mane, I can make divine cloths, remarked Rarity. I glanced at Fluttershy, who was trembling a little, and said, fourth headmaster, can I ask you a question? That is, if you want to. I can see why her name includes the word shy, I replied. Sure. I don't mind. Fluttershy said, where? Is your hometown? Shall I tell them? I let out a sigh. They appeared to be rather pleasant and innocuous. I said, all right. Come on over. They followed my instructions. Once they've all gathered together, I began to fill them in on myself. After a few hours, following the fourth headmaster's self-elaboration, Spike and Main Six couldn't take their eyes off the fourth headmaster. Wars, fatalities, animosity, despair, loss, sorrow. They were both amazed and pitying at the same time. How can a fourth headmaster survive in a hateful world? Despair? Sadness? They can't stop thinking about those questions. Fluttershy is unable to handle it. She cried out of the blue and gave fourth headmaster a hard hug. Oh, I'm so sorry for asking you that question. I didn't know, Fluttershy replied. It's okay, was spoken by the fourth headmaster after he sighed. I still can't believe that you came from another dimension and risked your life just to save your village, Rainbow replied. The others simply nod in agreement with Rainbow's statement. The fourth headmaster stated, Anyway, it's your turn to explain everything. Twilight said, All right. Once more. A couple of hours later. I see, remarked the fourth headmaster. In addition to telling the fourth headmaster about Equestria, Twilight also shared the history and experiences of Equestria. How they overcame King Sombra, Queen Chrysalis, Discord, and many others. She even discussed the 6 elements of harmony with the fourth headmaster. Anyway, Spike abruptly interrupted Twilight by blowing out a letter. The fourth headmaster's eyes widened at this. Will Spike be able to burp out letters? The fourth headmaster pondered. Before the letter miraculously unrolls itself, it magically floats at Twilight's face. Please read the letter, Twilight urges. What's the matter, Twilight? Exclaimed Twilight after reading the letter. What's the matter? Wondered Spike anxiously. Changelings are attacking Canterbury Castle, exclaimed Twilight. What? Exclaimed every pony but the fourth headmaster. The fourth headmaster scratched his head and arched an eyebrow. What's a changeling? Inquired the fourth headmaster. Every pony flinched as he turned to face the fourth headmaster. Twilight approaches the fourth headmaster before defining a changeling. In addition, she described the changeling's abilities. The fourth headmaster exclaimed, I see. So there is no time to lose. Twilight was asked by the fourth headmaster, Where is this Canterlot castle? Twilight only nods when asked. Is it far away from here? The fourth headmaster places his right hand down and starts to reflect. An idea appeared out of nowhere. The fourth headmaster questioned, Aside from Twilight, who among you knows Canterlot Cast? All the ponies, with the exception of Twilight, lifted their hooves. I see. So all of you knows where Canterlot is. Rainbow Dash arched an eyebrow when the fourth headmaster continued. Rainbow Dash, can I ask a favor? With a nod, Rainbow made fourth headmaster smile. If I could remember. Applejack said that you're very boastful about your speed, am I correct? The fourth headmaster's headmaster robe's right sleeve drops a special weapon. Before presenting the weapon to Rainbow Dash, Minto seizes it. Rainbow nods and then uses her lips to grab the weapon. Take this. Go to Canterlot and put this somewhere, got it? She asks. The fourth headmaster inquired. How much time do you need? Rainbow said. 10 minutes sounds good. Okay. You have 10 minutes. The 10 minutes starts. Now, declared the fourth headmaster. While the others wait patiently inside the cabin, Rainbow nods and then leaves through the closest open window to Canterlot. 10 minutes later. The fourth headmaster stated, All right, 10 minutes is up. And then he got up off the ground. Every pony nods before getting up from the floor and starting to form a circle. Everyone make a circle and get ready to go to Canterlot. When they were finished, the fourth headmaster placed his left hand on Spike's shoulder while performing hand seals with his right. Horatian knows spirit art. And they're all gone before you know it. At Canterlot. Canterlot. It is the location of many upscale establishments, including restaurants, roads, buildings, and ponies. In addition, the Princess of the Day and the Princess of the Night reside in Canterlot. H! Exclaimed some pony. A black, holy thing appears to be shed from one pony. Some pony, help us! Yelled another pony, who was being pursued by a holy black thing. You ask, what is this holy creature? That's the changeling, of course. Another pony who was being pursued by a changeling yelled, Help please! Let's visit Rainbow Dash now to see what she has been up to. Before backing up, Rainbow Dash drops the weapon to the ground. I wonder why fourth headmaster wanted me to bring that thing here? Rainbow inquired. Since she had left the cottage, she questioned why the fourth headmaster had asked her to bring the weapon here. In an instant, the fourth headmaster and the main six, aside from Rainbow Dash and Spike, arrived. Rainbow's eyes widened at this. Applejack questioned, What in tarnation? Where are we? Main six, with the exception of Rainbow Dash and Spike, starts to scan the area. They are surprised to find themselves in Canterlot. Specifically in front of the Canterlot gate. Spike said, No way. How did we end up here? Twilight said, And look! There's Rainbow. Rainbow Dash walked over to the group after shaking her head. How on earth did everyone arrive here so quickly? Rainbow questioned. It appears that Rainbow Dash is up against some competition. Rarity remarked. It must be the spell of Twilight. Everyone stared at Twilight, with the exception of the fourth headmaster. It wasn't me, Twilight murmured. Pinky remarked. If it wasn't you, then who did? All of a sudden, everyone is staring at the fourth headmaster. Yes, it was me. I used the Kuna I gave to Rainbow Dash a while back to teleport us here, the fourth headmaster stated. Before removing the weapon from the ground and displaying it to everyone, Spike asked, You mean this thing? Yes, that one, responded the fourth headmaster. Before examining the weapon, Spike hands it to Main Six before he faces the fourth headmaster. The fourth headmaster pointed to the markings on the weapon and remarked, This weapon has a teleportation marking. In other words, this weapon serves as a mark. Oh! They all exclaimed. The girlish screech, H, was heard by all of them. I assume you understand what that entails. The fourth headmaster exclaimed, Let's go! Before they arrived at the gate, they opened to find changelings attacking Canterlot. Changelings unexpectedly ambushed them as soon as they entered. Changelings are suddenly all around them. Twilight said, This is bad. A changeling attempts to leap Spike. Fortunately, the fourth headmaster noticed. Before the changeling leaps Spike, he executes the Rasengan and slams it on the creature. The changeling flies straight ahead, shoving other changelings aside, laying out a route for their escape. This way, hurry! Exclaimed the fourth headmaster. Spike, the main six, and the fourth headmaster flee the changelings by running to the route. They are fleeing from the changelings, who are pursuing them fiercely. Pinky exclaimed, "They're gaining on us!" The fourth headmaster remarked, "You guys go ahead. I'll catch up." And then he stopped. Additionally, Spike and main six halt. A anxious Twilight said, "Are you sure you're going to be okay?" The fourth headmaster only nods before getting ready. The only option left to Spike and the main six is to run. Spike and main six flee as the fourth headmaster restrains the changelings. With Spike and the main six. Spike and main six are sprinting in the direction of Canterlot Castle, the home of the Princess of the Night and the Princess of the Day. Spike exclaimed, "Look! There's the gate!" Spike and main six run more quickly to get to the gate. However, changelings unexpectedly assaulted them before they could reach the gate again. It was Spike who said, What now?" The changelings completely round the main six. No place to hide, nowhere to flee. They retreat as the changelings get closer until there is no more room for them to do so. Applejack remarked, "I suppose this is the end, partners." Each of them gave a nod. Pinky remarked, "It was fun knowing you all." Using the fourth headmaster. The final changeling is punched by the fourth headmaster. After receiving it, the changeling drops to the ground. Before glancing around, the fourth headmaster remarked, "Well, that's the last changeling." He notices blood on the ground and a lot of changelings. The fourth headmaster then follows in the footsteps of Spike and main six. To make things easier, the fourth headmaster made the decision to leap from roof to roof. The fourth headmaster stops after a few minutes. His eyes enlarge. He notices that Spike and the main six are totally encircled by changelings. He then witnessed a changeling attempt to leap Twilight. Before aiming and throwing his special weapon, he retrieves it from his ninja kit. The changeling's body was pierced by the weapon. "Horatian knows spirit art!" Twilight exclaimed. "Fourth headmaster!" As the fourth headmaster teleported himself to the location of the weapon. After giving the army of changelings a furious look, the fourth headmaster charged toward them alone. He kills the changelings with his weapon. Spike and main six are fixated on the fourth headmaster. Rainbow said, "So cool," which caused the others to nod. The fourth headmaster removed the changelings on his own without breaking a sweat after a few minutes. According to Rarity. My word. "Are you guys all right?" said the fourth headmaster. The fourth headmaster exhaled in relief as they all simply nodded. All of them heard a scream at once. "Ah!" Twilight's gaze expands. Twilight knew that voice all too well. "Shining armor!" exclaimed Twilight. The cry, "H-H-H-H-H-H," is approaching from above. They all noticed a white, turquoise pony with a horn on his head when they looked up. His eyes are moderately cerulean, his hair is moderately cerulean with dark phthalo blue streaks, and his sapphire blue is moderate. The color of his hoofs is a shade of sapphire blue. He also has 3 modest blue stars on top of an indigo shield with a large purple star on top that resembles Twilight's. 2 changelings are carrying this pony, which is within a cage. Before they both execute a Rasengan, the fourth headmaster does a shadow clone. The clone and the fourth headmaster leap in the direction of the 2 changelings. Everybody gets one. They crash the Rasengan into the changeling when they are sufficiently close. The cage fell to the ground once the 2 changelings released it. After the cage has been placed on the floor, Spike and the main 6 come toward it. Twilight said, "Shining armor, are you okay?" with concern. Before shaking his head, Shining responded, "Why, yeah, I am." Beside Twilight, the fourth headmaster and his clone land. The clone vanished. The fourth headmaster pulls his special kuna out of his back pocket and slashes it against the lock, saying, "Don't worry, we'll get you out of there." "What the?" "The lock is magically sealed," remarked Shining. You can't break it using a mere weapon. Only a high-rank unicorn can able to break the seal. Before focusing on Twilight, the fourth headmaster remarked. A high-rank unicorn, huh? Twilight, can you be able to break the seal? After all, you are an alicorn. A royal-ranked pony. I might, Twilight uttered. A faint brilliant raspberry glow spreads across her horn. Twilight starts to perspire. Almost. Tea there. The lock has been magically broken before you know it. Shining Armor exits the cage when the fourth headmaster opens the door. Thank you for saving me, Shining replied to the fourth headmaster. My name is Shining Armor, the fourth headmaster said. Nice to meet you. My name is fourth headmaster Namikaze. After that, Shining focuses on the main six. I see that you received the letter from Princess Celestia, remarked Shining. I'm glad that you got here just in time. We have to help Princess Celestia and the others. They are being tortured inside the castle by Chrysalis. This caused Spike and the main six to gasp. Oh, it's on now! Exclaimed Rainbow. Before they all arrived at the gate, the fourth headmaster exclaimed, Then there is no time to lose! Let's go! The gate refused to open when Shining Armor attempted to open it. Shining declared, It's locked. Before slamming the door, the fourth headmaster does a Rasengan. Rasengan from the fourth headmaster destroys the door. Up ahead, they spot more changelings, and their eyes enlarge. Spike said, What do we do? Fourth headmaster stated, We need to break through. Give it all you got. Fourth headmaster and the others then began to charge at the changelings. Applejack uses her bucking skills to deal with the changelings. Pinkie Pie uses a cannon. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy tend to the aerial changelings. Rarity, Twilight, and Shining Armor shoot magic balls at them, and the fourth headmaster simply throws punches and kicks at them. Spike is merely observing as they battle every changeling. They all made their way to the castle after a short while. Rarity questioned the feisty horse. Where in Equestria did you get that, Pinkie? The words, My party cannon? I get Dash. I have no idea, were spoken by Pinkie. That mare is insane, for crying out loud. In any case, they all dismiss it and proceed to the castle's entrance. The doors were locked when Shining attempted to open them. The words, It's locked again, came from Shining. Say fourth headmaster. Do whatever what you call them thingy, said Applejack. The fourth headmaster remarked. Just kick those doors. He applejacked the gate before bucking the door forcefully. Sorry, but I need to conserve chakra. The hallway is just in front of the entrance. As the fourth headmaster and the others enter, they say, Whoops! Guess I don't knew my own strength. The fourth headmaster thought, This place is huge. After that, they hear hoofsteps. They all start to hide. Peeping out from behind the pillar, the fourth headmaster spots a changeling. He waits for the right moment. A little while later, the fourth headmaster leaps at the changeling. Spike and main six emerge from their hiding spots and approach the fourth headmaster. Help, please? Inquired the fourth headmaster. Shining Armor, Rainbow Dash, and Applejack assist the fourth headmaster in holding the changeling. The fourth headmaster points the Kina at the changeling's neck after retrieving a standard weapon from his ninja kit. The changeling comes to a halt. When the fourth headmaster asked, All right, I'll make this quick. Where is Princess Celestia? The changeling murmured, She is in the dungeon with the rest. Please. Ha, have mercy. After removing the weapon from the changeling's neck, the fourth headmaster stands up and leaves. Shining Armor, Rainbow Dash, and Applejack release the changeling. The changeling gets to his feet and flees. A hand caught the tails of the changeling. The hand belonged to the fourth headmaster. The fourth headmaster addressed the changeling. Where do you think you're going? You're coming with us just in case you lied about the location. The horn of shining armor starts to glow a pale shade of rose. On the changeling's forelegs, a magic handcuff materialized. There, said Shining Armor. The changeling's attempts to escape the enchanted handcuffs were unsuccessful. As Twilight requested the fourth headmaster, Twilight, can you lead the way to the dungeons? Twilight gives a nod, then takes the lead. Along with the changeling, to be main 6, Spike, fourth headmaster, and Shining are making their way to the dungeons. When they reached the dungeon a few minutes later, the fourth headmaster remarked to the changeling, You lead the way to the cell of Princess Celestia. After giving a nod, the changeling takes the lead. Leading the way to the cell was the changeling, who is still being held hostage by Shining Armor. They arrived at the cell after a little while. 3 alicorns with royal ornaments are lying on the floor within the jail. Shall we start with the first alicorn? Light fuchsia gray is the color of the first alicorn. She has pale, light grayish magenta eyes, pale heliotrope multicolored hair, light turquoise, light cerulean, and very light cobalt blue. On her flank is a sun. Dark blue is the color of the second alicorn. Her eyes are moderately cyan, with light sapphire blue eyeshadow, and her hair is moderately sapphire blue with a grayish Persian blue aura. On her flank is a moon. A pale, light grayish cerise alicorn is the third alicorn. Her eyes are light purple, and her hair is somewhat violet with hints of rose and soft gold. On her flank, there is a blue crystal heart with a pattern on both sides. Princess Celestia! Exclaimed Spike and the main 6 with joy. Cadence! Exclaimed Shining Armor with joy. When the 3 alicorns opened their eyes, they witnessed the fourth headmaster, Shining Armor, the main 6, and a changeling that Shining Armor is still holding captive. Oh, thank goodness you are here, said the light grayish, pale alicorn. Shining remarked, Let's get you all out of here, as he unlocked the lock with magic. The others, including the fourth headmaster, enter. The 3 alicorns start laughing abruptly, which caused the fourth headmaster, Spike, and Shining Armor to raise an eyebrow. A changeling was created by the 3 alicorns. Naya ha ha ha! Shrieked a towering changeling wearing a crown. Spike muttered, Guys? We got a problem. They observed changelings outside the cell when they turned around. The fourth headmaster exclaimed, Damn it, we got ambushed! The main 6 is attacked by the changelings. Shining Armor, Spike, and fourth headmaster. Naya ha 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 ha! Bellowed the tall changeling. Where else? Along with the 3 alicorns they previously saw, the main 6, Shining Armor, Spike, and fourth headmaster are currently in a prison. The towering changeling exclaimed, Naya ha ha ha! Now that I got all of you, no pony will go in my way! Before bursting into more laughter. Twilight remarked, You'll never get away with this Chrysalis! The towering changeling leaves the chamber with its 2 minions, leaving just the 3 alicorns, the main 6, the Spike, the Shining Armor, and the fourth headmaster. Fluttershy questioned, What do we do now? They are going to destroy Canterlot. Twilight tries to open the cage's lock, but it appears that something is preventing her from using her magic. Something's blocking my magic, Twilight remarked. Twilight is useless. We're stuck here now. The light fuchsia gray alicorn declared. Chrysalis 1. Chrysalis cast a spell that prevents our magic from working. We simply must not give up. There must be an alternative, Spike remarked. I apologize, Spike. The light fuchsia gray alicorn murmured. But there is no way to escape. I suppose this is it. The main 6, Spike, and Shining Armor became disillusioned and sat down in desperation. Hold on. How about the fourth headmaster? Applejack stated. He can break down the cage by making them round and blue. Yes. The fourth headmaster can. The fourth headmaster? Twilight said. Fourth headmaster is sitting there with his eyes closed. Fourth headmaster? Hey, are you okay, sweetheart? Who is this? Rarity inquired, but the fourth headmaster did not answer. A creature? I see. The light fuchsia's gray alicorn muttered after Twilight told the three alicorns about the fourth headmaster and how he got here. The three alicorns' eyes widened after hearing everything. You folks? Take a look. Every pony glances at fourth headmaster. Spike replied, and they all gasped at his new appearance. What happened to fourth headmaster? Twilight asked. Fourth headmaster's eyes have now orange markings around his eyes. Fourth headmaster opens his eyes. Again they all gasped when they fourth headmaster's eyes. Fourth headmaster's eyes is no longer blue. It is now the eyes of a toad. Fourth headmaster stands up and approached the bars. He grabbed 2 bars using his arms before pulling them out with ease. He grabbed another 2 bars before pulling them out with ease. As such strength. The dark blue pony said. Come on. They have plenty of time left, so they all get up and leave the cage before leaving the room. After a few minutes, they are outside and discover Canterlot crawling with changelings. We can't take out that number of changelings. The pale, light grayish cerise alicorn said. We don't know how much time left until this place is fully destroyed. The fourth headmaster said. The fourth headmaster took a bite out of his right thumb, which was bleeding, and remarked, Don't worry. What are you doing? Twilight inquired, and the fourth headmaster performed summoning hand seals. You'll see, he answered before slamming his right palm into the ground, which caused a contract seal to materialize. Kuchios knows spirit art. In front of the main 6, Spike, dazzling armor, and the 3 alicorns, a large frog with a coat and a sword on its back materialized. Lord Fourth, said the Gant frog. That frog is able to speak, Chief Gamabunta, said the fourth headmaster. I need your help to clear out those black creatures. Rarity fell, and the others were all gaping. Twilight's statement was startling. Those little fries? Easy as pie. After saying this, Gamabunta leaped in the direction of Canterlot City, swung his enormous sword, and began slicing changelings in 2. As the fourth headmaster searched left and right for the tall changeling, he suddenly felt an untense chakra. That chakra is intense. It must be that changeling, he thought. I'm going up against my adversary, Chief Gamabunta. Would you mind doing the rest for me? Gamabunta was told by the fourth headmaster. Gamabunta continued to attack the changelings after saying, Yeah, I'll take care of them, small fries. The fourth headmaster leaped off Gamabunta and ran in the direction of the tall changeling. We move on to Main 6 and the others, who witness fourth headmaster leap off that enormous toad. Hey, where is fourth headmaster going? Said Main and the others. Rainbow uttered those words. Let's go with him, Twilight suggested. The Main 6 and the rest goes to where fourth headmaster went. The Main 6 and the rest are running as fast as they could to catch up fourth headmaster, but fourth headmaster was just too dang fast for them. Shoot, where now? Applejack asked. Suddenly all of them are starting to sense great power. And no way. Who has that power? Is that the power of the creature? The light grayish, faint cerise alicorn inquired. The royal garden is the source of it. As they arrived at the royal gardens, they witnessed Chrysalis charging up. What power? The light fuchsia's gray alicorn remarked. They all headed there to discover what or person was creating that immense force. Where is the fourth headmaster, say? Applejack remarked. A voice responded. Right here. They turned to see the fourth headmaster. You nearly gave me a heart attack, Spike remarked. Before turning to face Chrysalis, the fourth headmaster apologized, saying, That changeling has a serious amount of chakra. The tall changeling suddenly starts to have a green aura surrounding its body. What if we use the elements of harmony? I can't do this alone, Twilight proposed. The light fuchsia-gray alicorn's horns started to glow a very light gold color, and the fourth headmaster said, "That might help." A box appeared in front of Twilight, and when it opened, 5 golden necklaces and 1 golden crown were inside. "But Princess, I thought that you can't bring the box here with magic," Twilight uttered. The fourth headmaster couldn't stop staring at the elements of harmony, thinking, "That chakra! Those elements have the same chakra I have." The light fuchsia-gray alicorn said, "I did, but I changed my mind so." The elements of harmony started to have a very light gold aurora. Each element started to go to its respective bearers. "All right. Let's go kick the flank of Chrysalis," Rainbow uttered those words. The voice muttered, "As if you can really beat me." The fourth headmaster, Spike, the 3 alicorns, and main 6 all looked up to see the tall changeling hovering above them. "You fools can't beat me," the tall changeling said. "I have collected all the energy from all the ponies in Canterlot, and I will use it to obliterate this place and take control of Equestria." Nihahaha! The tall changeling starts up once more. "Now pass away," the tall changeling said before charging up a magic destructive ball and aims it at the main 6. Suddenly, fourth headmaster teleported behind the tall changeling before kicking the changeling to the left. What? But how?" The fourth headmaster falls flawlessly on the ground after the towering changeling utters those words before flying to the left and landing on one of the garden sculptures. "What speed! I have never witnessed such speed before," the pale fuchsia-gray alicorn remarked. The fourth headmaster stated, "With Sage Mode on, my speed and attacks are enhanced." Then there was an explosion. "I must admit I'm impressed." Before getting to his feet, the tall changeling remarked, "But it will take more than that to beat me." The changeling then charged at fourth headmaster, who prepared himself. The changeling vanished when it was just a few inches from fourth headmaster. "Remain vigilant, everyone! We must remain vigilant," the fourth headmaster murmured, unable to detect the tall changeling's chakra. How did the great chakra vanish so quickly? The fourth headmaster asked himself, and then he immediately felt the great strength that was approaching from above. "Up above!" fourth headmaster said before they all looked up. They saw the tall changeling is aiming a magic destructive ball at them. Twilight alloying with rarity, shining armor, and the 3 alicorns shooted magic balls at the tall changeling. The tall changeling stops charging up the destructive ball and creates a shield around itself instead. "Give it up, Chrysalis! We're all too strong for you," said Twilight. "You're correct, Twilight. I can't defeat all of you," the tall changeling muttered. "Looks like I have to deal with all of you later." Suddenly, an army of changelings materialized behind the tall changeling, saying, "Have fun!" the tall changeling said before disappearing. Suddenly, all changelings began to transform. "Great! What now?" Spike uttered those words. "Sense them instead of using your sight." Before attacking, the fourth headmaster stated, "Our chakra level is different from theirs." Fourth headmaster is right, the dark blue pony remarked. "But I can't sense anything at all," Applejack exclaimed. "Neither am I," said Rainbow. The light fuchsia-gray alicorn stated, "Me, Luna, and Cadance will guide you. Only alicorns and high-ranked unicorns can be able to sense energies." "Let's kick some changeling sides, all right," before the main 6 charges, with the princess's assistance. They are striking the changelings rather than their friend. The fourth headmaster throws punches and kicks while the others help. After a few minutes, the changeling army is vanquished, and all of them are panting. "Hey, fourth headmaster, your eyes are back to normal," Spike said. The fourth headmaster declared, "Sage Mode is over." "Lord Fourth, the little fries are gone and I didn't leave any," a voice remarked, as the fourth headmaster and the others turned to see Gamabunta lying on the ground. Before the enormous frog vanished, the fourth headmaster replied. Thanks, Chief Gamabunta. Then, Rarity began to cry. What is it, Rarity? Spike asked Rarity. Rarity points to the sky. We all looked what Rarity is pointing. Their eyes widened as they saw Chrysalis charging up a massive destructive magic ball of death. Now die along with this filthy place, said the tall changeling. Now what? The fourth headmaster bit his right thumb once more before slamming his bleeding thumb to the floor, Applejack remarked. Kuchios, Yatai Kazushi knows spirit art. Directly above the tall changeling, a large frog brandishing two swords materialized. The frog started to descend, making contact with the changeling before hitting the ground, and the destructive ball vanished. Huff! Huff! The fourth headmaster panted. Huff! The headmaster's fourth. Suddenly, the main six, Shining Armor, Spike, and the three alicorns were struck by an invisible thing before they all flew away from fourth headmaster. The tall changeling appeared behind fourth headmaster, and it cast a spell on him before sucking his chakra. Every pony shouted. Fourth headmaster crouched before panting once more. The fourth headmaster thought, the changeling is absorbing my chakra. He tried to move, but his body was immobile. Damn it! I can't move! The others were having a hard time getting to their feet. Naya ha ha ha! You all lose, and I win, the tall changeling said. Fourth headmaster begins to close his eyes while the others are still struggling to stand up. It's no use. Embrace your destiny. What are you attempting to do to him? The tall changeling chuckles before stating. I'm going to absorb his energy. After him, I'm going to absorb you, the dark blue alicorn remarked. The tall changeling's appearance abruptly changed, and its left hoof was now a toad hand. What the? Shining Armor said. The changeling looks at its left hoof to see it was transformed. The changeling screamed. What happened to my hoof? Its half-body abruptly changed into a toad's body. What's going on? How come I'm turning into a frog? The changeling inquired. The tall changeling gasped when the fourth headmaster said, You've been absorbing nature energy. Chrysalis, wasn't it? Nature energy is difficult to master. You will become a toad if you are unable to manage nature. Stop it! Before her right hoof changed, Chrysalis yelled. You really wanted energy, don't you? Chrysalis' body changed once more as the fourth headmaster said. I'm delivering it to you. Stop it now! You lost, Chrysalis. The fourth headmaster uttered. Chrysalis yelled once more. Her body changed into a toad's, and it started to turn into a rock. Chrysalis uttered the words, Nadash, before transforming into a hybrid of a rock toad and changeling. The fourth headmaster grinned before losing consciousness. After a couple days, when the fourth headmaster opened his eyes, he saw a ceiling. He turned his head to the right and saw a medicine cabinets. I'm in a hospital, huh? He thought. He turned his head to the left and saw Spike and Main Six sleeping on a bench with multiple bandages on them. Twilight woke up when the fourth headmaster groaned. Fourth headmaster? After asking, Twilight wakes Spike and the other members of Main Six before going up to the fourth headmaster. I'm glad you're okay, Celestia. They're all relieved that the fourth headmaster is still alive, Rarity said. What happened? Fluttershy remarked. We brought you here as quick as possible. The fourth headmaster only recalled that he had transformed Chrysalis into a stone before fainting. When you fainted, we were concerned. Don't worry, Princess Celestia and the others are finding the spell that will remove the spell that Chrysalis cast on you, Twilight said, and the fourth headmaster sighed in relief. We thought that Chrysalis killed before she turned into a stone, Spike said. Pinky bounced and exclaimed, Hey, now that Canterlot is safe and fourth headmaster is back, why don't we start a party? Applejack responded. Whoa there, Nellie, hold your horses. We need to wait until fourth headmaster is fully healed and can move freely. Pinky said. How much time was I absent? The fourth headmaster inquired. Roughly 2 days? Rainbow said. Suddenly the door opened. The 3 alicorns then enters the room before the dark blue alicorn closes the door using her magic. Princess Celestia, said Twilight. Princess Celestia remarked. Hello, elements of harmony. We have the book. We will now break the spell. Spike and Main 6 moved to the corner to create room for the 3 alicorns to break the spell Chrysalis cast on fourth headmaster. As the horns of the 3 alicorns glow and chant strange words, a flash appears, lighting up the entire room. After the flash subsides, Princess Celestia asks fourth headmaster to get up. All good, replied the fourth headmaster, who then started to move and got off the stretcher. Spell worked, Spike said. The Main 6 and Spike cheers for the 3 alicorns. Suddenly they opened. Princess Celestia. The 3 alicorns moved aside as the doctor approached the fourth headmaster and started to examine the monster. After the test was over, the pony remarked, I'm sorry, but I have to test the creature first before he can leave. Please just get plenty of rest, the pony uttered. Doctor, I will. The fourth headmaster remarked. Thank you for everything. And he and the others left the hospital. Hey girls. Time for a party, Pinky inquired. It's party time, the Main 6 and Spike shouted all together. The Main 6 and Spike are bouncing happily all together. Fourth headmaster and the 3 alicorns couldn't help but chuckle. Fourth headmaster. Thank you so much for saving Canterlot for the elements, Princess Luna replied. The fourth headmaster scratched his head and murmured, It was no trouble, Princess. Surely there's something we can do to pay you back? Princess Miyamori Cadenza, also known as Princess Cadance, stated that saving Auntie's realm was too much. With a wave of his hands, the fourth headmaster declared, There is no need for repayment. If you say so, we won't force you. However, don't hesitate to visit Canterlot if you need something. Princess Celestia remarked. You are very welcome to come and stay here. Oh man, murmured the fourth headmaster, causing the 3 princesses to raise an eyebrow. I have nowhere to live. Stay, that word popped on his head. Said the fourth headmaster. You say somewhere to live? According to my memory, Twilight hasn't used the open room in his castle in a very long time, Cadance remarked. Okay, I'll ask Twilight. Be back shortly, Cadance said before going to Twilight. Fourth headmaster waited for Cadance to the response of Twilight. Cadance approached fourth headmaster before saying, Twilight said okay. Thank you very much, remarked the fourth headmaster. It wasn't an issue, Cadance stated. Several hours later. We have returned to Ponyville and are heading to the Sugar Cube Corner, where the residents of Ponyville, the 3 princesses, Spike, and the Main 6 are having a great time. Some ponies are dancing, some are eating candy, and some are just doing whatever they want. The fourth headmaster was sitting and observing the partying ponies. Why aren't you having a celebration, fourth headmaster? You guys go have fun, Spike said as he danced. The fourth headmaster answered, I'll join in later. If you say so, woohoo, Spike said before he started partying hard once more. The fourth headmaster sighed, got up, and went outside. He then leaped to the roof, sat down, and stared at the moon. He started to have flashbacks of how he had saved Naruto from the unidentified ninja. Before continuing to gaze at the dazzling moon, the fourth headmaster pondered. Naruto, I hope that you are okay with Naruto. Ponies and leaf ninjas are assisting one another in making things faster as they prepare to celebrate the new year in the secret leaf town. The fourth headmaster is seen strolling the streets with Twilight, who has a long list. Balloons? Verify, Twilight said. Streamers, check what's done on the list. Headmaster Sama, a voice said. Twilight and the fourth headmaster were confronted by 3 ninja black ops, who bowed to the headmaster. Firecrackers had been set up, one ninja remarked, and Twilight then checked the list of firecrackers. Good job, Twilight said. Before the ninja bowed down once more and disappear, the fourth headmaster stated, "Dismiss." "Let's go," he said, and Twilight nodded before they proceeded. They made sure everything looked flawless as they walked the streets. Twilight nodded when the fourth headmaster remarked, "Everything looks perfect." "The headmaster's fourth," a voice said. "Happy New Year to you." And Twilight and the fourth headmaster turned to see Jiraiya coming toward them. Jiraiya tapped the fourth headmaster's shoulder and said, "Happy New Year to you too, Jiraiya-sensei." "Anyway, Jiraiya-sensei, I have to leave." Jiraiya laughed when the fourth headmaster added, "Twilight and I still need to check everything on the list." "All right. I'll let the two of you alone. Happy New Year once more," Jiraiya said before using the body flicker technique. "All right. Twilight, what's next on the list?" said the fourth headmaster. Twilight added, "Next is that we need to check on Pinky to see if the party is all set up." Fourth headmaster and Twilight then proceeded to the Hyde Ninja Village's ballroom building, where they found balloons, party streamers, party hats, and a banner that read, "Happy New Year," a stage, and the DJ set is not to be overlooked. "Hey everyone! I'm done setting up the party," said a voice, and Twilight turned to see Pinkie Pie with Vinyl Scratch or DJ Pon 3. Twilight then checked the party item on the checklist. "All good," Twilight added. "Net on the list is food for the party." The fourth headmaster and Twilight left the ballroom building, and as they were once more strolling the streets, they heard a scream. "Rarity sounds like that," Twilight said. Fourth headmaster and Twilight headed to where the scream is coming from. After a few minutes, fourth headmaster and Twilight saw Rarity screaming for some reasons. Fourth headmaster and Twilight approached Rarity. "Rarity, what's wrong?" "Oh, Twilight," Twilight said to Rarity. "There are no more streams available." Rarity uttered those words. Twilight's mouth drops to the floor as the fourth headmaster says, "Rarity." Rarity flushed with shame as Twilight continued, "The delivery truck will arrive in a few minutes." "Oh, I see," Rarity stammered. "Rarity next time. Scream if there is an emergency, okay?" Twilight said, which made Rarity's cheeks redder. Fourth headmaster and Twilight turns around before heading out to their destination, which is Ichiraku Ramen. When they arrive there, Tucci, the owner of the ramen store, is cooking ramen. "Hey Tucci!" Fourth headmaster called out. Tucci turns around to face fourth headmaster. "Headmaster Sams," Tucci stated before bowing down. "Me and I are cooking the ramen you ordered for the party, Headmaster Sama. The ramen should be done around 5:30 p.m., Tucci added. "That's fantastic," Twilight nods and then checks the Ichiraku Ramen under Foods on the list. "We better get going," the fourth headmaster remarked before turning to face Twilight. "There are still many things that need to be done," the fourth headmaster stated. "I see. Then," Tucci remarked, "Goodbye, Headmaster Sama." Before he and his daughter, bowed to the headmaster, Rainbow Dash suddenly materialized as they were leaving Ichiraku Ramen. "Rainbow Dash," Twilight remarked. "You nearly gave me a heart attack," which made Rainbow laugh. "I apologize, Twilight," Rainbow continued, "but I just wanted to let you know that the weather is clear. The Pegasi weather crew and I did a second check." Before checking clear weather on the checklist, Twilight glances at the list. "Thanks, Rainbow," Twilight said. Rainbow salutes before flying somewhere else. You know what Rainbow would do next? You don't? Well, Rainbow flies off somewhere to slack off. In any case, Twilight and the fourth headmaster proceed to their next stop, the barbecue restaurant, and upon arriving, they notice a sign on the door. "We apologize, but we are currently working on Headmaster Sama's party order. The fourth headmaster read, "Be back tomorrow." The fourth headmaster stated, "I suppose they are preparing the barbecue for the gathering." Twilight nods, then selects barbecue under foods. All right. All we needed were drinks for the celebration, so Twilight remarked, "I asked Applejack to make apple cider and berry punch to make berry wine for the party." "I see. That implies that everything is ready then." Twilight looks at drinks on the list before nodding in agreement with the fourth headmaster's statement. A few hours later. Pinky usually throws good, no, not good, awesome out OIS World parties, and everyone in Pony are having a great time in the ballroom at 11:58 p.m. on Hyde Ninja Village Gakur. "All right, everyone in Pony! For the countdown, please go outside." Everyone in the Pony went outdoors, looked up at the sky, and began counting. Pinky stated, 5. The Ninja Black Ops breathe in after performing hand seals on the Headmaster Monument. "Katon, Gokaku no Spirit Art, Fire Style, Fireball Spirit Art." One Ninja Black Ops declared, "The firecracker is ready to launch, Headmaster Sama." Excellent work! Before he and the Ninja Black Ops gazed up at the sky, the fourth headmaster stated, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! As the firecrackers exploded in the sky, everyone in Pony yelled, and they all began to cheer and party. Well, some were partying, some were blowing horns, and some were simply drinking wine and getting wasted. In other words, they did whatever they wanted because YOLO, am I correct?